try it. Ma'am.
Maybe turn it this way. Like, turn it.
Why are you being so careful about
it? Because.
Turn it.
I know, but then that's going to make it sideways. Okay, I hope.
Exactly.
No, I can't. This is telling me I can't. Okay. That's all right. We'll just have to make it work.
Wait,
all right, guys. So what we did, because I've been...
make it look like I'm taller.
Oh, Jesus Lord. We've been having problems with the internet. Okay, so Auntie Dawn, tell us, because my internet has been having problems, I think because of the weather.
Wait a second.
So we got off the computer because it was using the internet, and I got on the phone. It just doesn't, the camera doesn't let us be seen as much. So Auntie Dawn or Papa, can you tell us, can you hear us better? And then Jenny, grab the iPad so that we can see if Miss Latasha sends us a text, which I wasn't thinking. We should have gone on an iPad. So Latasha, I went in on the phone. Much better? Okay. And I wasn't thinking because we should have gone in from the iPad. I went in on the phone. So the problem is you can't see all three of us as well as you can on the computer. But I think the computer was pulling internet. And I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I think because it was doing internet, it was a problem. So, hi, Elder Janine. Hi, Rob. Hi, Papa. Hi, Auntie Dawn. Okay, wonderful. So we'll just have to make it work as we talk because you can't see all three of us at the same time, which is usually what makes us have so much fun with this. But we'll just go with what it is. Ma'am, really, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
So tonight, I hate the fact that you can't see. Okay, but the thing told me I couldn't turn it while I was recording, so you know, you can't. Okay.
Oh.
So let's try it and see. Latasha, is that better? Text me and let me know.
What?
Really?
Go back to the guy.
Oh, this is not the day for this not to work because this is nope. Turn back. All right, we'll just have to make it work. It will have to make it work for what it is. This is why you're supposed to check stuff earlier. Hey, Mr. Koa.
At least make it look like I'm taller.
I'm sideways now, or I think I was sideways before when I turned the phone. So we'll just have to make it work. Thanks, Rob. Ma'am. So tonight
I'm trying to make it look like I'm taller than you.
Oh my gosh, I'm quiet.
Okay. So tonight is not the night. I believe that it's intentional. Okay, I'm good. Okay. So the weird thing is we've been doing this. This is our fourth time doing this. And okay, thanks, Rob. For every time that we've been doing this, God has really been doing something, showing us something awesome. And I don't want to spend a lot of time, but just to give you all some background. Ma'am, you can't sit like this through this whole thing. That ain't gonna work.
Well, then let me look at that.
So it has been, we have been doing some changing in our house, in our household, in our family. Hi, Iris. And being intentional about some things. And so every week we have a different theme about being intentional. We talked about intentional prayer. We talked about intentionally controlling our emotions. Last week we talked about intentionally loving our family members. So we had something else we were going to talk about. This week we were going to talk about intentional communication. But because of the course of events this week, God really strongly laid it on my heart that there were some other things that we needed to talk about, that we needed to deal with. So I was kind of hoping that Auntie Tony would be on because she gets the chance to win the prize. So some of you have been with us every week. We are here every Friday night at the same time. And some of you have been with us every week, as you all can see. And now I'm going to have to be more intentional in how I do this. So y'all see what's going on there. Because
it's worth it.
Those of you,
like goulash. Anyways,
those of you that are with us every week know my kid will take everything to food. So there is a prize there'll be a different prize every week. We'll have a different question every week. Hey, Miss Jasmine. So the prize this week is going to be for the first person that types in the correct answer to this. And here's the question. Before I even ask Soraya the question that I am about to ask her, I want to know, is there anybody out there, and you be quiet, but you didn't even know I was going to do this. Is there anybody out there that can type in what Soraya's answer is going to be? And many of you have been watching us every week. So those of you that have been watching us every week, you already know before I even ask the question. So now I wish I had a producer to do the Jeopardy thing. Do, 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 do. So if you want, I'm going to give you a few seconds to type in, what do you think the answer is going to be to the question I'm just about to ask Soraya? All right. You want to type that in? You think you want to take a guess under my name?
Jenny?
What do you think?
No.
And you can't look. No, you turn around. You can't look. Type in, what do you think the answer is going to be to the question that I'm about to ask Soraya? And then let me know when you finish typing. And by the time you finish typing, then we'll go ahead and move on. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Soraya, don't hit enter yet. Soraya, what is the theme and what are we talking about tonight? Look and tell the people what we are talking about tonight.
I don't even know.
Jenny, hit enter. Let's see what you typed. You can't change it now.
Oh, no, I didn't change it.
Oh, did you type it?
Something while you was talking.
Oh, she hates quarantine. Nope, that wasn't the right answer.
Oh, is
the
it about my topic?
No, the answer would have been every week when I asked Soraya, what are we talking about tonight? Literally, her words are, I have no idea. Even though we just went over it 30 seconds before. Yes, Miss Iris, we are spending the rest of this time talking about being intentional. We just... Not funny.
I'm sorry.
Miss Latasha thinks it's funny.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
No, ma'am. No. So tonight we're talking about being intentional. And so, we always talk about being intentional. But tonight we are talking about Genesis. Come on. Jump this way. So you tell the people, what is our theme tonight? Do you remember?
George Floyd thing.
Okay. So basically, our theme tonight is intentionally finding hope in a hopeless situation. Because as a parent, I find that I am having to be intentional in my conversations with my kids. And, Latasha was laughing about the answer. I am having to be intentional in my conversations and in talking to them. So just to give a little bit of background, and then I'm going to let Jenny kind of take it and roll with it. I was walking by Genesis' room, and I will be very honest. When I woke up the other day, I saw a couple of posts on Facebook, and I was like, I can't go here. I don't want to read about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. And when I walked by Jenny's room, she was doing her homework, but she called me back to her room, and I'm like, what's going on? And she just looked at me, and she said, Mommy, they killed him. And I looked at my baby's face and my heart shattered because my initial reaction was, I don't want to talk about this. Like, I don't want to deal with this. My emotions can't take it right now. But I realized in that moment, hey, Tony, hey, Miss Melvina, I realized in that moment that I had a 13-year-old who was struggling. And here's the thing, even when I was younger, like, I know a lot of people have said, even in talking about COVID, like, just don't let your kids watch the news or take them away from the news so much. But here's the problem. When you have a 13-year-old who has a phone, or now the kids are doing their homework from a computer, literally even this one, when she goes to pull up, when she hits that internet button, even to go into her classes in Schoology, that first, if she hits that Internet Explorer button, there's news all over the place. This one, when she goes on her phone and she's scrolling, like, it's there. I can't hide it from them. I can't keep it away from them. So then as a parent, I no longer have the option to say, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it, because I have a 13-year-old who needs to talk about it and who needs to think about it and who is trying to deal with it. And it is our job as parents, as adults in the church world, as preachers, as teachers. It is our job to be there. Exactly, Tony. It's everywhere. And if you don't take the time as a parent, I love what you said. You can't hide it. It has to be addressed. And I would rather have the conversation with my kid to get her in the mindset and let her know I was so grateful to God that she could come to me, because I don't want her out there just getting foolishness and foolish ideas from everywhere else. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let Jenny talk a little bit, because she shared some things with me. And I said to you all, this is going to be from a young person's perspective. And I realized I'm almost 50 years old. And so the conversation that we had as her mother, not only was I talking to her as a mother, but I'm talking to her as a 50-year-old preacher, and God is this and God is that. But hearing the heart of my 13-year-old was eye-opening and mind-blowing for me. So, Jen, I'm going to scooch the camera over a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of let you talk. And just so you all know, I don't see Rachel in yet, but I have already reached out to some mental health counselors and to some professionals, and they're going to be jumping on. They're going to be watching the comments as well. I usually never say like, share, tag, all of that. But I'm asking you, share this, call your friends, text your friends, grab your kids, because Genesis and I want to spark a conversation that hopefully will spark you to talk to your children. And then if you have questions, we have some professionals. Oh, good. Rachel is here. So she's going to be here watching. So as parents, if you have questions of how do you talk to your kid or how does this happen, we have some professionals right here that are watching the comments, and they're going to be watching for your questions and your concerns. So Jen, I'm going to scooch over, and I'm going to let you scooch in the camera and just kind of share some of what you shared with me, besides the fact that you didn't feel like doing your hair today.
I shared with my mom because it was really affecting me. Scrolling down Instagram, and all you see is help, I can't breathe, my stomach hurts, and post of his last words. It made me really sad, because I'm the next generation and I'm African American. I could get pulled over and not know if I'm going to die or not at one point in my life or now. It breaks my heart that one day I'll have African American children, and they're gonna have to learn how to deal with this systematic racism that just keeps happening to African American people and people of just color. And I did some research on the backstory, and it was a white woman who called the police on George Floyd because he told her to put a leash on her dog in the park. And she falsely accused him of harassing her. And in the picture, the cop had his knee on George's neck, when he had so many materials like handcuffs and a taser, though they were unneeded, but his knee was a stretch because George wasn't resisting.
So talk to me more about, like, I don't want to spend as much time on the specifics of stories. Talk to me more about, like, you, because it's like there's so much going on, and I think that's another point. And thank you, Tony, even for bringing that out. I was like, just kind of wanted to wait, and there's so much going on. I think this was a perfect example of, like, if you don't talk to your kids and deal with your kids and they're just out there on the internet, like, this stuff gets confusing. It's like this story is going over here, that story is going on over there. And it literally does get confusing. So I'm so glad. Thank you, Tony, even for bringing that out, because so that was like two different stories. So the dog, that was in New York.
But still, why did it happen?
Right, and so I think that's what I want you to, not talking about the specifics of the stories, but there were some things that you shared with me kind of from your heart. Absolutely, Latasha, like there's too much information out there. And just like Tony and I said earlier, for me, I think part of the frustration as a parent is now with technology, with the internet, it is hard. It is literally hard for a parent to maintain and contain and control the information your kid is getting. Like, I do my best to watch what she's doing, what she's going on, but it's everywhere, which is why I need to keep the open lines of communication so that she can feel open enough to come to me and say, Mommy, this is what I heard. This is what's going on. And then I can say to her, well, nope, it's this or that. But then just to be open to share her feelings. You and I had a conversation, Genesis, and I want to really kind of go here. So we talked about the concept of like the looting and the rioting and what was going on. And I told you how I felt about it. But one of the things that you said, I want you to talk about when I said, like, that's not the answer. Talk to me about what you said.
I talked about how I'd feel if Soraya was to pass away because of a police officer. I wouldn't be able to sit back and not do anything. And I think that's what my mom was like really weighing in on, about the fact that we're proving stereotypes about African Americans being wild, and I don't think that's all the way true. I think that we just don't know what to do. It's like a call for help because no one's listening to anything else. And this is not the first time, so I don't know. It's just really confusing to me on how to handle a situation like this.
Okay. So if, let's say, God forbid, that was a Soraya or that was and one of the things you said is, Mom, I couldn't just sit back. And so Auntie Dooley says, I have a 16-year-old who says, I don't want to deal with it because I don't want to think about it. And that's where I was. But there are a lot of our young people who, unfortunately, my fear and my concern is it's becoming just the opposite. Like, it's becoming, they can't help but think about it. And so my call to action tonight is, like, how do we help them? Rachel, I would love to see you just type something even in the comments, like, help us as parents help them. I really almost wanted to call my dad. Yes. So yeah, Tony is having the same conversation. Yeah, with your 14-year-old. Genesis is 13. And they are having to deal with this. And I am reaching out saying, I can't be the only parent having to have these difficult conversations. I almost wanted to call my dad and say, like, tell me how your mother talked to you, because the weird thing is, I feel like I'm back in the same shoes as a parent in the 1940s, 1950s, having to talk to their kid about segregation and about going out and what they're going to face. And I almost feel like, although we know racism is not new, I feel like this is new to me as a parent. So that's why I'm pulling parents in. Just talk a little bit more about how this is affecting you. So our thing is, yep, Miss Latasha's got a 16-year-old son that she had to talk to about it. So our thought process, or our theme tonight, is intentionally finding hope in a hopeless situation. talk to me about that and about hope.
It makes me scared, so I'm not really looking for hope. I'm just really scared and stuck in one place because I don't know where to go. And like you said, there's so many stories. I don't know where to turn. And there is talking to your guardian about it, but then there's, what are we going to do to act on it? Will this happen again? Will this happen to me? So hope is not really in my atmosphere. It's more fear, and I'm scared. I don't have anything else. I can't not think about my future.
So what is your hope for your future?
That there's equality and racism ends, but probably won't.
Okay. All right. So if there are parents, I see we have some new people joining us. If there are parents out there, and I know that there are quite a few of you that are having the same conversations with your kids, so I would love to see you post, because I think that's another thing. I'm grateful to God that I have the relationship with Genesis, that she can be open enough to come to me. But I'm just going to keep it real. My kid is an introvert, and getting her to talk this much it is a God thing. And so I think that's another point. If your kid is...
Oh.
Yes, you did. Okay. We're back on.
Well, if I did, I didn't mean to.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fuss. All right. We're back on, Jen. Are we still frozen? Latasha, let me know, because I know it froze, and I was trying to grab it from the iPad, but it looks like we're back. I can't tell. Are we back? Okay, we are back. We are back. All right, so anything else you want to share, Jen?
No.
So what are some things that you think that you can do? I'm sure she does. Give me 1 second. What are some things that you think that you can do to find hope or to make things better? So if mommy says to you, well, looting and fighting is not the way, what are you going to do?
On June 7th,
okay,
we're
start
going
again.
On June 7th, there is a post about all colored people of any race will not shop at any store on that day, because that will take a lot of money, like give us a bunch of money, because they keep taking a bunch of lives. So I feel like if we do more peaceful marches, we bring back Martin Luther King Jr.'s tactics. It's going in and out.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's all I had to say.
That's all you had to say. You're a tiny producer. Mommy's not letting you produce. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm a tiny producer.
Okay. So yes, June 7th, no shopping. No internet shopping, no shopping in stores. June 7th, keep your monies in your pocket, keep your cards put away. When Genesis and I were talking, Uncle Tony says, we need to educate our kids on our values. And no matter what we do, we have to do what's right in our hearts. And that's the conversation that Genesis and I have been having, because her thing was, even when we talked about the looting and when we talked about, and she was like, Mommy, people are angry. And so they're just saying, you hit us in lives, we're going to hit you in money, we're going to take your money. And I had to say to her as a parent, but that's still not the way. So, Miss Lady, scooch over this way. Usually when we do it on the computer, we can all fit. We can all three fit. But, yeah, don't spend no money. All right, so little Miss Mama. Come on, Miss Fabulous.
Yeah.
So, for those, this is just a heads up. For those that have been watching us for the past few weeks, Jenny and I just want to look decent. This one has to be what?
Okay. I have to be fabulous. I'm fab and list. You can't be fabulous without the fab. They're just lists. They're decent. I'm fabulous.
All right, Miss Fabulous. So, what do you want to say about hope and about finding hope and having hope? Do you remember?
I don't even know the definition of hope.
Okay, so I have to work on that as a parent. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
We're going to work on that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's good. Jenny, listen, y'all, I don't have the Rona, I have asthma. Jenny, so Miss Rachel has a really good question.
No,
Do you know the difference between faith and hope?
Hope is that you think think something's gonna change, and faith is when you know something's gonna change.
Okay. All right. What do you think? Do you know the definition of faith?
No.
We're stuck again. Oh man. All right. Somebody tell me, are we good? This is not the night for this stuff to be going crazy. And the reason we're on the phone is because the internet was going crazy on my computer. So I apologize, but this is not the night for that. Okay, so we're good. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right, so we're going to work on, we're going to get you the definition of hope. And once again, for pastors out there, this is always interactive. So that's another task for you. Ask your kids if they know what hope is. But I'm reaching out even to some of you parents. What would you tell your child if you asked them about hope? What would you tell them? Like, what is hope? Okay. So, you are hoping for a kiss. Okay. You can have a kiss. All right. So let's explain hope and faith and the definition and what they are. So hope, mommy is trying to think of, see, Rachel, that's why I have you on here, because you know how to break it down. I don't even know. Here's the weird thing. I'm loving that this is happening. I know what they are, but to break it down, this is my point why I'm asking for help. To break that down to an 11-year-old, somebody give me the definition and tell me what to say. Because I know me. I'm 50 and it's going to be preachy. I want to talk to them in their
language.
Right. I want to talk to them in their vernacular. So somebody type in for me, if you had to tell an 11-year-old hope and explain to an 11-year-old in this situation, what is hope and how we can have hope, give me verbiage. Talk to me. Tony, Koa, somebody, a parent. That's what I'm like, help me. I can't do this by myself. Tell me what to say. All right, so while we are waiting for people to give us definitions of hope, and then we're going to kind of talk to them on that.
Yeah.
Yes, we are, Miss Fabulous. But what are some of the things that make you feel, so you know how Jenny was talking about how she's so sad, and she can, Auntie Tony is here. Oh, Auntie Tony, you missed it earlier. You had the chance to get a prize. I think you would have won, too. So Auntie Tony, give us a definition for hope, but in young people's terms. Okay, and Auntie Rachel said to tell you guys how proud we are of you being so brave.
Oh, that's surprising. I'm never brave.
You're never brave?
I'm scared of everything.
You're scared of everything?
Yes, I'm scared of rabbits and bunnies. They scary.
So, what do you do when you're afraid?
Oh, I'll hold it in because usually when I'm afraid of something, I'm around people and I'll hold it in, and then when I get by myself, I'll cry it out.
Okay, so you try to put on a brave face. You try to be brave around other people, but you get over the fear and do what you have to do. Is that what you're saying?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay, so then what are you saying?
I don't know.
Well, yes. So Miss Rachel says today you are being brave, and that's all that matters. Because here's the
How do
thing.
you be brave?
Here's the thing. This one, and that's what I'm saying. This one, I can't get to stop thinking about current events and what's going on with current events. This one has no clue, has no desire to know, and don't even care. And so, okay, so I love it. I love it. I love it, Mr. Carl. So hope is let a wish. I'm gonna go back and read that in a minute. Faith is even though you don't see it now, you know it will happen.
Just basically what I just said.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said faith is when you know it'll happen, and hope is when, like, you wish it will happen.
Okay, I'll take that.
I can use hope in the definition for hope.
Okay.
So I wish Mommy will give me popcorn when we watch our movie.
So you hope.
Oh wait, no, I don't hope.
Like a wish. Okay, I
don't
get it.
hope. I have faith that Mommy will give me popcorn when we watch our movie.
Amen.
And then yes, Jenny. And then I pray. Not I pray.
Come on, Sister Soraya. Preach.
So somebody said hope is like a wish. Hope is the expectation of something good happening. And it is also the desire for your wish to come true. I love it. And that's it. So I think she definitely, this is my little preacher in the making over here.
Sister Soraya.
Faith without works is dead. And I love that, Christine. I think that's kind of where Jenny is going. Like, Mommy, we can't just sit back and talk about it. We got to do something. But what do I do as a 13-year-old?
What is faith without works?
It means when you believe something, you have to put the work behind it. Like, you have to do something towards what you believe in.
Okay, Mommy.
Hi, Auntie Donnie.
Please, please, please let me have popcorn.
Okay, we'll see how your works come up to that. Yeah, we'll work on that.
But we're watching our movies tonight.
So, I love that. So, Auntie Rachel says, when you really break it down, hope is from the heart. Faith is a part of the spirit.
What's the difference again?
And so, hope is, and that's why I always say, I don't want you to lose hope. Like, I want you to believe in your heart that things will get better. Things will... It is the weirdest thing. This conversation for me is a struggle because, like I said, I feel like, like I feel like as a parent, I said to my girls, I have always wanted to take them. I went to Birmingham, Alabama to the movement. I'm not sure what you're saying, Rachel. Text me because I'm not sure what you're saying there. But I love, there's a museum in Birmingham, Alabama that is dedicated to the civil rights movement. And I've always said I want to take my kids there. And it's right across the street from the church. We have watched movies about the girls and the seven. And I have spent all of this time trying to convince my children, look how far we've come. And that was in the past. And now I'm having to have the same conversations with my kids that some of those parents had to have. But they're conversations that have to be had. So thank you all so much for everybody that jumped on. Do you have anything else you want to say? What you doing?
Look up the Black Panther movement. Because I was doing some
She's looking up.
Googling.
See, that's what I'm saying. This kid Googles
look.
all the time, and I have to watch what she's Googling.
The Black Panther Party is for self-defense and revolutionary socialist political organization founded by college students. And it was just basically for protecting African Americans.
Okay. So, are you telling me you could see yourself being a Black Panther?
Yeah.
I'm a little producer. I
Look,
need
look.
it.
It was a revolutionary organization within, read it,
Ideology.
idea, ideology of black nationalism, socialism, and armed self-defense.
Okay. So Uncle Tony says, what can you do as a 13-year-old? Listen, you listening? Education and make obtaining information the utmost priority. Okay. You have to make sure. So, and Rachel, I wish you. So you just texted me something, but I need you to put that in the comments because that's my point. Like that's the kind of stuff I need other people to see and know too. So one of the things that Rachel just texted me is we have to stay away from Googling. Like when they're already confused, the more they're going out Googling and finding information, the more confusing it is, which I get. My struggle is, like I said, that containing and
Original purpose to protect residents from acts of police brutality.
got it.
I like that. I'm a Black Panther.
You a Black Panther?
I'm a Black Panther.
She's a Black Panther now.
I've been a Black Panther.
But yes, I totally agree with that. And if you could even type that in, like I said, and I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this is to make parents aware. Like we got to stay on top of what are they reading, what are they watching. I was never an Instagram person, but I got an Instagram. I almost said open an Instagram account. That's how old I am.
Oh no! Okay, wait a second. Okay, so Mommy was doing Instagram, and I'm like, "Is that Facebook or Instagram?" She said Instagram. I'm like, "You're trying to fit in." So I laughed at her, and then she said, "I'm gonna look up Jenny's Facebook account," and then she gets off of Instagram, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cute."
Yeah, so Soraya, that's her thing. Mommy, you're trying to fit in. That's cute. No, Mommy's not trying to fit in. Mommy recognizes that she's got a 13-year-old that she's just got to stay involved. She's got to stay up on top of it. So yes, thank you so much, Rachel. If you give your child the space, you have to give your child the space to talk. I am so grateful to God that I have a kid that feels comfortable enough to say to me, Mommy, this is what I'm feeling. But like I said, she's an introvert. If she was an extrovert, I think that there would even be so much. Sometimes trying to pull out her feelings is like pulling teeth, but you gotta let them know that they can talk to you. And parents, if your child does not initiate the conversation, you need to initiate the conversation. You need to sometimes just walk in their rooms while they're on their phones and say, hey, what you doing?
Some people don't want to address it.
Hey, what you reading? Hey, what's going on?
Why you sound like Mickey Mouse?
How was your day? I do not sound like Mickey Mouse.
Some kids don't
Hey,
wanna
what
address
you
it.
reading?
Some kids, what? Say that again?
Some kids don't want to address it.
Some kids don't want to address it? Why? Tell us why.
There's a lot going on, and it's heartbreaking. You know?
Again, let's give it. There we go. We're back. So some kids don't want to address it because they just want to hide from it and not deal with it. Okay.
You should watch The Hate You Give, because there was this one scene where the father explained to them their rights at the table. I like that. That was a great movie.
Okay. And even that we gotta watch, like what are they watching? What movies are they watching? Ask the girls, will they be willing to talk about this? So Rachel is asking if we can get more kids to participate and listen and join the conversation. Would you be willing to be just as open and talk about this if we can get more kids on board?
Yeah.
Okay. So she said yes. And so we're ready and available to do whatever needs to be done. I am imploring, I am pleading, I am begging parents, You gotta be open. And I know Jenny is saying some kids don't want to talk about it, but whether they want to talk about it or not, they need to know that they can. They need to know that they have a safe space. And they need to know that you are their safe space. I'm almost frustrated that I'm going to cry because I feel like I cry every week on this thing.
Did I lie?
No.
But that's just how passionately I feel this. They gotta know. And so if you go and you ask them on a Tuesday, how was your day? How you feeling? What's going on with you? If they don't want to answer you Tuesday, they don't want to answer Tuesday morning, you go back Tuesday afternoon. Hey, what's going on? How you feeling? You go back Tuesday night. Hey, how's everything going? Because they need to know that even if they don't want to talk right now, when they're ready to talk, you'll be there. Yeah, great point. Rachel said they're leading the movement that's already started now. That's already starting now. And so my kid is the one that's got me on board. So, that June, what is it, June 7th? It's not, some people are going to say, oh, that's not a big deal. But for me, the simple fact that it's making my kid slightly woke. It's awakening my child to want to do something, to say, Mommy, I just want to do something. And so for me, if keeping my money on June 7th is even encouraging her, every little thing does. And so, yeah, Miss Rachel said, you guys are leading the future, but you've actually started, and being willing even to come on here and to speak out and to say, this is what kids are feeling. You may be speaking up for a kid that doesn't know how to speak for themselves. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you for that. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you too.
What am I speaking up for?
Is there anything that you want to speak up for?
Being slow.
Oh, bruh.
Being what?
I'm slow.
No. And even that, I realized, and I'll say this and then we won't stay on long. With Rye, I realized I was talking to Rachel, and I said, I didn't realize even something as little as, I didn't think COVID was really affecting my kids. And then I thought about it. So Soraya is an extrovert, as you guys can see.
That's an extrovert.
It means you're outgoing, you're talkative. Miss Genesis is an introvert.
I don't talk that much.
Yeah, everybody loves her. You do talk that much. But I didn't realize something as small as when Soraya would go to talk to Jenny, Jenny's in her room reading or doing her work. Mommy is doing work or church work or something else. And my kid was really struggling because I'm stuck in the house with these two people that won't talk to me, that won't play with me, that won't give me any attention. In normal circumstances, she has had a good 7-8 hours of interaction with her kids. And then all of a sudden, now I'm in this house and you people won't talk to me. These things, we think it doesn't affect our kids, and it does. It affects your child, and you got to understand that sometimes they're being affected by things that they don't even know how to talk to you about. So they don't have to look further than themselves for hope. They are teaching us right now that hope is Genesis and Soraya. So yes, my hope is in the future. My hope is in them. My hope is in God, and that God is going to keep us all, and that God is going to give me what I need. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Carl. If we can come together and do it. So help us spread the word. Help us get it out. June 7th. Keep your money. June 7th. And you can't remember. You can't give people information on Facebook Live and then say, wait, I think I was wrong. I can't remember.
Roll with July or June 7th. Either way, we're doing it.
No, you got to give people right information.
No, either way, we're doing it. They're not giving us right information. Might well just knock off 2 days.
Oh, so you just saying July 7th and June 7th just for the sake of.
Right.
We will get the correct information and share it.
We will do both days because it is worth it.
We will get the correct information and share it
You're
because
shutting
I
down
believe
corporations.
I believe that it is it's already a national initiative that has started.
Trump
So
is failing to protect us.
the more people that you can put, she really getting ready to go Black Panther in a minute, y'all. She is Black Panther all the
I want a
way.
peacock chair. You know, that Black Panther throne.
Oh my god.
What?
You never heard of that?
Stop.
What is a peacock chair?
A peacock chair is like, it's weaving. It's wool weaving. And it goes out like a peacock tail.
Stop.
I want that.
Stop.
And it's so pretty because it comes in
Just
different colors.
stop.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. They are. Oh, I'm sorry, Pumpkin.
You should have hit it harder.
So
Mom.
Not
we
for the next
are
month.
willing to do this again. We are.
Nails like that.
Yeah,
I'm
Rachel
scared.
says she's scared of your
Why
interest
you-
in Black Panthers.
Why is your nails
Um,
like that?
But we are going to go ahead and, unless somebody has other questions, comments, we are available. We're on every Friday night. I can't guarantee what we're going to talk about every week. Because like I said, we had a different subject for this week, but the current circumstances demanded that we talk about this. So we're here every week, every Friday at 8:30. But if there is a parent that says, you know what, you have piqued my interest and now I need to get my kids talking,
Into the Black Panther movie.
we are, hi Auntie Cindy, we
generation.
are, whatever we need to do to help. If you guys want to make this bigger, I don't do stuff, like for name or whatever, but I really, 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 really am passionate about this. So we will definitely. What are you doing?
I'm trying to give you a
Panther movie.
kiss.
Hi, Auntie
You
Kim.
leaving me hanging.
We will definitely. Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Join us. What? What are you talking about?
Join me in the Black Panther movement generation.
No, we gonna see. Yeah, this is why you got to talk to your children.
Second generation.
No, we'll definitely talk. But yes, so we are available. If anyone is interested and we need to keep this conversation going on next week, we're more than ready to do that. We were initially going to talk about, which actually that's still kind of this, and we'll just elaborate next week. Our initial conversation tonight was going to be being intentional in communication. So actually, I think that is kind of what we did tonight. I don't know why you ready to get off. You tired?
Yeah.
I'm ready to watch a movie and
You
get
said-
popcorn.
They're ready to go.
Did you just touch me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
did
time to
touch
go.
you.
It's time to go.
Yeah, that's.
And
the
I'm
rules.
hugging you.
She's
All right,
lost her
stop,
pearls.
stop, stop.
Like,
I hugged her for a good 5 seconds, and I'm proud.
Yeah, Jenny is not affectionate. So thank you all again. Wait, Miss Latasha said as long as you don't start dressing in black with an afro.
why not? Why not?
You won't take care of what you got up there now. We ain't doing
Is it that? Oh, the Afro
black
novel?
leather? No,
Black leather. I could wear that.
no.
I could be the next Catwoman.
We not doing that. All right. Good
Jenny,
night,
you can wear
everybody.
leather.
We love
You
you
can wear
all
leather.
so much.
Right.
Thank you. Oh, hi, Miss Davette. We just getting ready to jump off.
They're trying to bring me down.
But thank you all so much for joining
Okay,
us.
goodbye.
And we
No.
stop that. I hit the goodbye button.
There's
We'll
no
be back
goodbye.
next week, next Friday at 8:30. Tony, I'm for real. I'm serious. If you want to do something more, talk to me. Let's get together. Let's do what we need to do. Make it happen. Make it work. Because our kids are serious, and we got to be serious
Black
about
Panther.
our kids. So love you all so much, and have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Oh, Auntie Tony wants a photo. Here's the only thing, though, Auntie Tony. because
Okay,
we're on
wait,
the-
let me be tall.
Stop. See,
Look at you being
look at
extra.
yourself.
Nothing is broken.
Normally we're on the computer, so we can all three fit in the camera. But we were having internet problems, so we had to go on the phone. So, all right, here's. Sorry, I was trying to squeeze your head in. Look that way and smile. Soraya.
There's no real way to smile.
All right, Auntie Tony, I hope you got your picture.
There's no
'Cause
real way
tonight
to
is
smile.
weird. All right, we love you all. Thank you once again, and we will see you next Friday at 8:30, unless we hear from you before. And Oh, so Stacey, I'll let you know. So yes, so I'll repeat it, and then I'll
Wait,
if you
'cause it's
missed
false.
this. Yeah. So now she's not sure if she got the date right. So
we
we'll
can do
double
both
check the
days.
date and post it. But on June 7th, as of right now, that's the date we're going with. You tell them.
We're not buying anything from any store.
So on June 7th, hey Miss
What's
Jamila,
that
thank
information you
you.
gave me about Walmart? About Wally World? Giving
Did you just
Did you
ask
win?
my
No,
call
you
for
weren't
me?
on in time to win, Auntie Tony. I'll tell you about it in a little bit.
oh my Jesus.
Yeah, so we talked about like knowing where the money. Miss Latasha, why are you putting an anger thing? We'll talk about. I mean, we have been talking about knowing where your money is going. So apparently, there's been this whole big thing. But once again, I don't have it verified. I saw it on Facebook.
Wait, which mom?
Oh, no store or only buy black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's even better. But I did see it on Facebook, and apparently they're saying that 50% of all Walmart profits are going to support Trump's
LOL.
campaign. And so these are things, once again, that as young people find out, they're like, okay, so this one was
That's
like, Mommy,
whack.
that's it. You're not shopping there anymore. And at 13, she is like, she's pulling me in line to say, nope, Mommy, you gotta be aware of this. You gotta be aware of that. You gotta know what's going on.
Money Grandma spent
And yeah.
at Wally World.
Yeah, so
Wally
listen
World?
to your
You
kids.
mean Walmart?
Listen, we got to be ready to listen to them. So for real, we're jumping off. Auntie Tony, I will text you because, yeah, you didn't get to win tonight, but there'll be a chance. So every week there will be a... You've been told us that? Listen, okay. I don't know. Yeah, you probably did.
Sorry, stop.
So, but Jenny said I'm no longer allowed to shop there.
Sorry.
All right. So, love you all. Have a wonderful
You're lucky
night,
you
and we
didn't
will
look
see
like
you
the-
on next Friday, 8:30. Unless, like I said, if there are some parents out there and you need to do this again. We are more than willing to do whatever we need to do. Also, you can inbox me. We do have access to some mental health professionals. So as you're talking to your kid, you want to definitely make sure that you are assessing their emotional and their mental well-being. And if you think that they are at a point where you need to reach out for help, please do so. Please don't be afraid to do so. And inbox me, contact me. We have access to where we can get you in touch with some mental health professionals, because our young people are at a state right now where we have to be. Yeah, that's why I know I got to do the research. That's why I said I saw it on Facebook. I wasn't going to bring it up. She brought it up. But,
Sorry.
little ma'am, stop. But we have to be
Did you just
intentionally.
bite me?
Okay. So thank you. So there is a kids hotline, 716. If you're in the Buffalo area, 716-834-3131.
You girls are done.
And we will. Yeah. So we are getting off now.
Yes, she
but
keeps saying that, but like she always bringing up something.
No.
If
Even
y'all would
at
let me
like
finish.
even at like church and stuff.
Sorry.
Good night.
Light-skinned
All right.
black.
Good night.
We love you all. Good night. We'll see you next week.
It was good.
Bye.